Go ahead.
Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mike.
What is going on? What's going on?
Chilling like a villain. Trying to stay alive in these strange times, right?
Yeah.
Um, so what's stranger than Wing Commander, 1999? How about that? Um, well, he came up recently because of Up, Up, Down, Down
Yeah.
for me, and that's the star of this movie, Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
Um, so it kind of syncs up together with two things going on in our worlds at the same time. So that's going to be this week's verdict.
Yep.
And that is where we watch these. Well, this time we have another goal, and that is video game movies that are, you said, theatrical only,
Yes.
and they have to be live action.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to review them so you don't have to, because a lot of them are bad.
Like last week.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at least we hit a low early.
A very, very, very low. Like
we saw and reviewed Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
we saw the devil and he waved at us. That's how low we went.
We saw his head morph into a Hydra. Oh, you know what I've learned by watching some of this stuff is early CG is nightmares.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they tried to make us watch, it just was disturbing. Do you remember, because we watched Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah.
And you know how hard it was to make out what exactly Bowser was?
Yeah.
It was just terrifying. And, you go into Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and they had awful CG for the monsters in there.
Yeah.
And then especially for the animalities, terrible.
Yeah.
Things of nightmares. That's nightmare fuel.
Yes.
Go look that up. It looked like sausages fighting a dragon. Like the clear kind that you don't want to buy at the meat market, because you got to cook it a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff.
So that was a bad part, but there's something good of Mortal Kombat that's coming our way. That's a good way to segue it to a positive thing. Mortal Kombat Aftermath got announced this week.
What is that?
So Aftermath is going to be a continuation storyline for the Mortal Kombat 11 game. So it's supposed to be right after you finish the game. I don't want to put spoilers just in case you bought the game and like that, but finish the game. And Aftermath is supposed to continue right after that. And it's supposed to be starring Shang Tsung, the guy that actually played him in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
He's in it.
He's going to be doing the voice and stuff?
Yeah, he's still in it. Yeah, 100%. And they announced 3 new characters, and one of them being Detroit's own RoboCop.
Hey, is that where Midway is from?
I don't think so.
No, Chicago.
Chicago. Yeah.
Okay. Who's their hero? The bear from the Cubs?
Batman-ish?
Or Superman-ish?
Well, I feel Gotham is more Chicago than Metropolis is.
Well, I thought Metropolis had Chicago architecture specifically.
It was supposed to be a mixture of LA and New York, Metropolis.
Oh, okay. So what, Batman in Chicago and New York?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So, Batman, I guess.
And ain't nobody from Detroit? Who's Detroit's superhero?
The Vibe.
Ant-Man?
The Vibe.
Vibe is from, Cisco?
Yeah, he's from Detroit.
Cisco.
Yeah.
I love that I know who that is.
Oh, man. Yeah, the Vibe. That's the only one I can think
him?
of. And RoboCop. And Eminem.
I'll take RoboCop. He's like one of the few pops I have.
And Eminem. That's all Detroit has. and Rob Van Dam.
Rob Van Dam.
Well, he's from Michigan, not Detroit. Well, not exactly Detroit.
I get you.
Battle Creek, Michigan.
They'll take him, and you know what? If you give me that as the list of Detroit's superhero team, I'll take it.
Okay. Well, anyway, they announced RoboCop being in the game. Peter Willer is talking him as well, so we had the voice of RoboCop as well. I'm excited for it. This is the first time they actually did a continuation of the storyline in the game, so I'm actually cool. I'm actually happy. It's supposed to come out May 28th. You're supposed to get 3 new characters. Shiva's one, which was the Goro chick. The Wind Ninja is another.
She looks like Shrek, actually.
Yeah. The Wind Ninja is another. I forgot his name. Like Fuji.
Oh no, he's the God of Wind.
Yeah.
He's in 4. I remember that.
He was in the last game he was in was Armageddon.
Yeah.
That was the last one he was in.
I don't know if he was good or not.
Neither. I don't remember, but a lot of people were excited for him. And then RoboCop came out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, well, I could do with RoboCop.
You know, the only sad thing about RoboCop being in the game now is that means that there's no chance of Stryker being in the game.
Yeah.
I'm sad. I wanted John Cena as Stryker. That would have been cool.
But you got RoboCop, and you could actually fight RoboCop versus Terminator now.
Yeah, that's what I was. I saw post that up. That was actually Drew Gulak that posted.
Yeah.
I was like, what? All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I'm excited for it. May 28th. The pre-order is up now. You can pre-order the pre-order. You can pre-order the DLC. I think it's $40. I think it's $50 with all the old DLC with the new DLC, and then for the full thing it's like $70.
So it's soon, which is good.
Yeah.
Did they show what RoboCop plays like, or is it?
They have not showed anything on. They have not showed gameplay on RoboCop. They just showed his intro, and that was it.
Oh, his intro. Okay.
But I did see a little preview of one of his things that he uses the pick that's in his hand.
Oh,
as something. So, and then also he takes out the gun, so he's going to be using that gun as well.
Oh no, he's going to be another Deadshot. Uh-oh, he's about to get mad.
Yep. So
RoboCop top tier. Oh shit.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for it. So Mortal Kombat Aftermath.
Broken. I hope he's busted. I hope he comes out and he's like Leroy. Good.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants a whack character. So
yeah, that's true.
That's true. Good.
So I'm excited for that. I think that was a cool announcement for that. And then there's another announcement with Cyberpunk that you could create your own genitals.
Well, they said they have stats, and you can customize them. This is what they said.
I told Jenkins that his dreams came true, that he could make a female with a penis.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess you can do whatever the hell you want. I mean, they also said there's going to be explicit sex in that game, so yeah. I guess that's the reason why.
You know what's weird, and like a lot of people, like, again, you already spent enough time like on creating your characters, and now you have even more time. This is not the first game that did it either. Saints Row was the first game to let you customize your genitals. But this game itself, like, the fact that I think it's is going to be a first person game. I don't like the fact that you can't see your character now if you're going to be customizing all this shit.
You have to see yourself in a mirror.
You probably have to see yourself when you do cutscenes and shit, but I don't think it's a first person game.
Well, if you're gonna see your junk, I guess you're gonna be able to see that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. But I thought it was funny news.
Like, think about it. What's the point of customizing that if you can't see it? So I'm sure if you tilt your head down, you're gonna see more of your character's feet. Because, all right, I know there are games that don't do that.
Yeah.
I know there are games that you play and it's just a floating gun, or you can only see part of the gun or something.
Yeah.
And I know there are games where, like Borderlands, where you could basically see the character's body if you look down.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It makes sense. Question mark.
Well, well, judging from The Witcher, it's going to be graphic.
Yeah, but I mean, that's their pedigree, but they also know how to do it.
Right.
To where people are like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So
that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting.
Interesting. It's a good, interesting evolution for video games.
Yeah.
Good point, man. Hey, how about that?
Hey, why not?
Let's see how in depth they make it.
Yeah. Other news. It is Mother's Day today. I keep forgetting to say it. I forgot to say it in the Wrestling Babble, but happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that listen to this cast, or my mama that sometimes listens. She randomly listens to us. And she says, "It's good. It's funny." So,
No, well, happy Mother's Day.
so happy Mother's Day. If you actually notice, if you're watching on YouTube, you see the Blanca hugging his mama. It's the most iconic ending I could think of that had a mom and son thing. So it's Blanca hugging his mama. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. This is a quote I always put up on Facebook. It's from The Crow. It's like, mother's the name of God to the lips and hearts of all children. And that's something that I always describe what a mother is. Like, usually they're the strong household of everything. They don't want to control shit.
Makes sense.
So, yes. Happy Mother's Day. And on that note, anything else? News-wise, before we get into this movie? They showed the Xbox One had like a little press conference this week. The Xbox One, the Xbox X series, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know. But they showed some stuff.
The only interesting thing that I got from it was people saying that the next generation will not be that impressive.
No, I don't think it's going to be that crazy.
To that, I say good. I hope they learn their lesson from this one and stop doing stuff they can't do.
Yeah.
Microsoft is in a unique position because they are behind, but if they are to, because it is a race, it always has to be, whatever.
Yeah.
But to get me specifically to care, because I skipped the last generation of Xbox, I just didn't care.
Yeah.
And it's not a negative or positive on the system. It's just like it didn't hit, like we were saying about the women's Money in the Bank match.
Yeah.
Whoever wrote the story for the Xbox One last year, I didn't care about that story.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What I hope they do this year is what, from what I can see from people saying about games in general this generation and what my experience was on PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
I could tell you a lot of companies made games that were just not ready for this, and they were making it on. And that's why we ended up getting the half steps.
Yeah.
And I hate that. I don't like, because that reminds me of phones.
Yeah.
And I don't participate in that whole thing because it's a waste of money and like it's just garbage that's going to end up in a landfill somewhere.
Yeah.
And so when you turn my console into a phone, you fuck me up.
Yeah.
Because I can't be, especially not now.
Yeah.
You can't try to get me to pay the premium price once and then tell me 2 years.
Yeah.
You're going to pay that price again.
Yeah. I think one thing that kind of that I noticed on the Xbox thing, it wasn't honestly none of the games really like took my eye. Maybe the Assassin's Creed Valhalla I'm interested in. The Yakuza Like a Dragon is actually going to be the first Yakuza coming out exactly on Xbox as well. With the PS4 version, instead of having exclusive on PS4, is actually getting it, which is good for the Japanese market because you actually could play it. You actually would probably see Xbox being sold in Japan because of that. Other than that, the one thing I noticed with the whole thing is most of the games are said to be working on both systems. And the fact that if you get one, you're guaranteed to get the other one with your system. So if you buy Assassin's Creed Valhalla on Xbox One, you get the Xbox One X Series one without having to buy another copy. And that's something I noticed with a lot of the games that they showed on that show. Hello? Are you there? I am not sure. Oh shit, our call got disconnected. Okay. Sorry for technical difficulties. I'm gonna try to get him back on. Give me 1 second while we're still live. We are still live on this channel. But anyway, talking about that, yeah, that was one thing I noticed that we had. And it's something that could easily be done if done correctly. And it's something that it has to be done, because honestly, if you're buying a brand new system and getting a game and you not be able to play it on the other one, it is kind of annoying. So we're gonna see what we do with that. But yeah, I'm trying to get Mike back on, and then once we get him back on, we can go on. Ay, ay. Sorry, but I didn't expect this to happen. So let's see if I could get this back on. Because the internet sucks right now. Come on, you stupid internet. Work, god damn it. Yeah, so we're gonna have a weird cast the last couple of minutes or anything like that. But yeah, they showed those videos. They showed they some of the new games now, and none of the games really shocked. Again, I said the Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it looked interesting. The rest of the games didn't really care. I didn't really care much. But again, like the things I did here were about. It was about the Assassin's Creed stuff, and them being able to do things like that. I'm gonna get him back on, and we're gonna go right now. Hopefully he can edit some of this out so we could keep going. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, still going live. Sorry, but I kind of feel that I just noticed when you weren't talking. I was like, oh shit, all right. But I was talking about the games. The one thing I noticed with the games is the fact that if you buy one, you're gonna get the other one with it. So at least they doing that.
What do you mean? Like,
so if you buy, like, say for instance, you buy Assassin's Creed Valhalla for Xbox One, you're gonna get the Xbox Series X one like without charge.
Okay.
So at least they're doing that, and that's something that I noticed that they really made sure that you saw throughout all the games they showed, is the fact that it's available on both systems, that you will be able to get the better version with the purchase of one of the games.
I mean, that's a good move, because I remember when Destiny did that.
Yeah,
that was cool.
And I think it's going to be interesting is the fact that there's a lot of things you could do, especially with Xbox with the Game Pass. Like, they do have the Game Pass, and I think that's one of the strong keys they have right now is that Game Pass, and how seamless it does work, and
just how many things come to it really fast.
Yeah. And you get a lot of the games day one on the just having that membership. So that's something that's actually really good that they have. So it'll be interesting where they go from there. Especially, I know for a fact they're going to be really pushing that Game Pass for the next gen.
Yes. I just hope that whoever's on there signing up to make games for them just makes some cool and unique stuff that I want to play.
I'm still waiting on Battletoads, man. I want to see Battletoads.
Yeah. I mean, it could be what Streets of Rage is, which is like a totally unique type of beat 'em up. And I'm like, okay, come on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. I've been wanting to see, especially with the success of Streets of Rage 4 right now. I would have liked to see Battletoads in that preview.
Yeah, that's true.
You're still waiting on that game for quite some time.
Don't cancel it. Don't you?
I hope not. I don't think they are. I hope not. Let me not jinx it.
Yeah. At least it's not the same scope as Crackdown 3.
Yeah.
So it's a smaller scope game. It shouldn't cost that much money, right?
Yeah. I hope so. Anyway, let's move on to our verdict. A Wing Commander.
Wing Commander. Have you played any of the Wing Commander video games?
I think I played the one on NES.
Okay.
I like to say.
I have no familiarity with this at all. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I've only heard of the movie, and I've only heard of the game through the movie. Meaning, whenever somebody brings up Wing Commander, they usually also bring up the fact that it's from a game.
Yeah.
That's about it. I've never seen the game in action, I don't believe.
I think I played it on NES.
I didn't even know it was that. I thought it was a PC game. But if it goes back that far, then I wouldn't even know. So I'm going to completely blind with no expectation for it. So maybe that's kind of why I liked it so much. It's like I didn't know what to expect.
Hmm.
I didn't have anything held on me like, this shouldn't be this way or these characters shouldn't talk like that. Nah. Like
Okay.
if I really cared about the story of the Mario Brothers, I would have been upset. You know what I
So
mean?
the game came out on Sega CD, Super NES, 3DO, PlayStation, PlayStation Portable, and Windows 95, Macintosh, FM Towns, MS DOS, CD32. Yeah, so it came out on everything.
So
Came out in
which version you
1992 on
played?
SNES.
So you played the Super Nintendo one?
Yes, I played that one. I have a feeling I played the Sega CD one.
And that would have like cutscenes in it, right?
Yeah, but it was. I don't. To be honest with you, I can't remember.
Well,
It's
I
been
will
that
only
long.
say that because I thought that was the whole point of the
Yeah,
Sega CD was like the only reason you buy those versions of any game was to get, oh my goodness, these are the first cutscenes
yeah,
without having to buy a 3DO. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. You don't want
Oh
that.
Lord.
I kind of
Oh
want to see the
God.
Sega CD one, so I'm looking it up.
Have you ever played a 3DO?
3DO. I played it once and it wasn't good.
I see. I had a good experience, but it was too expensive.
Yeah,
Do you remember the store, The Wiz?
yeah.
So I played Shinobi. No, it might have been Shinobi 3. I don't know why they had. Yeah, I played like Shinobi 3, and that's kind of the first time I ever played that game.
Okay.
And I don't know why it was on that system, but it was good.
Yeah,
It had to have been Revenge of Shinobi. It had to have been, but it was like arcade perfect.
yeah,
The only reason I would want to buy that is to get Samurai Showdown, but I don't got that kind of money.
yeah. Yep, yep. So yeah.
If you want to donate a 3DO and a copy of Samurai Showdown, I will take it.
All
Yeah, I
right.
don't know if you saw recently, some dude like he just donated his whole Sega, I think it was his whole Sega Saturn collection, like on Twitter, and just donated to his friend. And it was like, shit, if he
Damn,
was to sell that, it was like thousands of dollars of
that's a
stuff in
good
there.
ass
But it was
friend.
like, it was a lot of Japanese imports and
Man, I
just
need a
stuff
friend
that
like that.
didn't come in, to the US. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Man, I need a friend like that. Give me some shit. Fucking Sega Saturn. Yeah, I like the Sega Saturn. So, Ring Commander came out 1999.
That's about all I know.
It came out
So
the 20th Century Fox. It was directed by Chris Roberts.
and we
He went on to
we deduced he did other things that people might have heard of.
yeah,
Um, the one that caught my eye was Who's Your Caddy,
yeah.
which I thought was funny, but also Lord of War, which I actually like that movie.
Okay, and
Nicolas Cage.
I like the Lucky Number 11, which he did as well with Bruce Willis,
Okay,
Morgan
so I've never
Freeman.
seen that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
good
So
movie.
yeah, he has uh a lot of, and also he's the producer on the actual games,
Yeah,
which is interesting. That's pretty cool.
yeah,
Um, so I guess this is almost like Ed Boon.
yeah,
This is like the guy who's one of the driving forces behind the game doing the movie. Um, so I mean, I guess to that end, me not knowing what this should be, it was a fairly like it was like space opera almost ish. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like if it had like a top Top Gun almost feel to it, with the way that with the fighters and the camaraderie and all
yeah.
that, um, and the playfulness eventually, like like I don't know, it just it was. I told you first, my first impression was it was way more dramatic than I was expecting.
Okay,
It had more personal character moments, like lots of I guess just showing you, I guess the more personal relationships between each character that that they had on screen. Like,
Yeah.
there was you obviously knew who were the main characters and stuff, besides the people on the damn poster.
Yeah.
And on the cover of the DVD, it's got three faces plastered over it. But like it also like you got to see basically with Matthew Lillard, his character,
Mm-hmm.
his nickname was Maniac,
Yeah.
and it was him and the black chick Rosie,
Yeah.
and like they went and had their whole interrelationship, and like how they were both kind of crazy
Yeah.
and were combat junkies and stuff. Like they were nuts out there in the field, and that ended up getting one of them killed.
Yeah.
Like it was a little bit deeper than I was expecting.
Yeah. They had some like really deep moments in that sense, and like that was like one of the big things when that character like fucked up and he went fucking nuts and was trying to get back out to fucking save her and try to save her, and it's really fucked up because all you see is the fucking thing just pushing her off the fucking ledge, and he has to watch that shit. I was like, yo, why don't you cover his eyes at least? God damn,
that was brutal.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
So our stars is Freddie Prinze Jr. We have Matthew Lillard. They were actually returned later on as Scooby-Doo characters, Fred and Shaggy.
That's hilarious.
So this is probably after She's All That, which Freddie Prinze Jr. made his big. And
that's what popped like his name everywhere.
Yeah, that and I Know You Did Last Summer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so he was in those two movies during
sense.
this time. So basically, he was just getting random starring movies and whatnot.
Wasn't he in the parody movies too?
No.
You sure he wasn't in one of those parody?
No.
Oh, he was in one of the movies that got parodied.
Yeah, that was not another teen movie, and it was Chris Evans that kind of played him.
Chris Evans was playing. Yes.
Yeah.
What was the movie that character was from? Was it She's All That?
Well, his character was supposed to be from Varsity Blues, James Vanderbeek, and it was supposed to be a mixture of him and from Freddie Prinze Jr. of She's All That.
Okay, good.
But Varsity Blues and that, it was both of those movies mixed together.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
How come we can't watch that?
Man. So this is like supposed to be taking place in the future.
I don't know what year.
In 2654, interstellar war rages between the Tyrian Confederation and the Charhi Empire.
Yeah, I know they said the villains were like called the Kilrathi.
Yeah, Kilrathi. Okay.
And that's, I don't know. See, I didn't know they actually had what you would consider to be aliens.
Yeah.
In this world, but yeah, they fight these alien cat people. They're like cat lizards.
Like cat-like Kilrathi seeks to complete eradication of the human race.
Yeah, so it's like these, and that's kind of the weakest part of the movie for me, is just because they look hilarious.
Yeah.
The fact that they look hilarious, and that whole action scene where they were inside and infiltrating the alien ship.
Yeah.
It was the most B grade of B grade.
Yeah.
And that part of the movie was the only part of the movie where it was like they could have just not have shown this and just had a little, more other people talking on the ship.
Yeah.
While this happened in the background or something, because this was kind of like, ugh.
I think this movie, like, because what it's called and what the game plays like, I thought this was gonna have more dog fights and shit.
Yeah.
And you didn't get a lot of that.
But you know what? The thing is, for the story, it made sense though. But yeah, you would think, this should be ships everywhere.
Like, I think the fights should have been more in the ship than it was actually them trying to do things.
But the situation of this movie, I liked it because it was actually tense for me.
Yeah.
Like, I liked when they were scared that they were going to get seen, and then they dropped the nukes on top of them. I was like, well, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
How did they make it out of this one? And then they had to go through that situation of trying to get off of the planet or whatever that was, the asteroid or whatever. And then I liked the story of them being a part of this giant fleet, but they were cut off completely.
Yeah.
And then the reason it seems so bleak was because when they show you the enemy, they kind of show up and just tear everybody apart in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's like they built up this fear that you should have of them. So I'm like, all right, but they also barely showed them in the beginning.
Yeah.
They barely show what they look like,
Yeah.
and for a good reason.
They look retarded.
Because when you see them, it's just like they look almost cute, and it's like I can't take this guy seriously. So like again, that's about where the movie loses me for a little bit. And but I at least stayed in, like I will say for this movie, I didn't have to like I didn't feel obligated to stop watching it or do anything else or anything. I just watched it all the way through. So I was
Okay.
like, all right, it was fine. It was actually a perfectly serviceable movie. But if you had told me this was sci-fi, I would believe it. That like it had a sci-fi budget. That's for damn sure.
I would accept this movie more if it was a sci-fi movie.
I would accept the movie more if it was earlier, and if maybe it was in production for a long time, but it looks like because it came out in '99, other movies that were being made that came out earlier than this look way better.
Yeah.
So it's either they didn't have the money, which might be a thing. It's
Yeah.
a video game movie. I could say, you know what, Wing Commander's not big budget. There's not a ton of people throwing money into it, and it didn't look like it. So
Yeah.
that,
So I
that
agree.
might have been a bigger factor.
Yeah.
But it's just like you said 97 Starship Troopers, and I was like, God damn.
Yeah. And that movie, honestly, I feel like if they had a little bit of what Starship Troopers did with this movie, I think I would have enjoyed it more
Yeah.
in that sense. Like, it didn't have the action. It did have the drama. It did have, like, the character building. At least it had that. Like, they try to build a
It was
story
good.
within the characters.
I'll be honest, like there was no character I really couldn't stand for the wrong reason.
I had issues with Freddie Prinze's character a few
Really?
times.
Okay.
I just felt he was a bland character. One, I think Matthew Lillard and the black chick, I think them two were my favorite characters just because they were fucking crazy, and they just
I
did
like
shit
the
to get adrenaline off of each other and things like that. So I thought that actually was pretty cool.
I like the captain, the undercover guy.
Yeah,
The he's not French. He's like Turkish. I looked
yeah,
him up. Um but like the guy who was in charge of the ship he was on in the beginning,
yeah,
that guy, like he was a cool character.
yeah,
Like, but nobody. No, I didn't mind Freddie Prinze.
yeah,
Yeah, I know what you mean. He was kind of what you call white meat baby face, kind of
yeah,
vanilla.
yeah,
But he was. I thought at least he had the character trait of being young and naive
yeah,
because he just blatantly said, "I don't know," like a lot of stuff.
yeah,
But the one thing they they basically made sure to drill into your head was that he's a really good pilot.
yeah,
So at least it wasn't like he was like white savior, plot armor. Oh
yeah.
no, he's just magically good because he believes. It's like no, they let you know he's high, he's actually got a rank and he's a really good pilot.
Yo,
So
where to the fact that you said I gotta believe, I was like, yo, where's our Power Rapper the Rapper movie?
yeah, well no, it turns out Parappa, the actual person's kind of may or may not be a scumbag.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
the voice, the original voice, anyway.
Yeah, so you don't
So
believe.
yeah, so there might be some issues. There
Anyway,
might be some issues,
yeah,
but no. I could definitely see what you're talking about, but
yeah.
yeah, I didn't mind it too. I was okay with it, It's like the acting was good enough for me. Like
Yeah.
everybody was like, it was all right. It was all
Like
right.
the movie was alright. Like it was a passable. Like say for instance, I catch it on like if I would have catched it on sci-fi kind of shit, I would
Yeah,
watch it. It seemed interesting enough for me to get a story in. I got the gist of the story. They told a good story for what it was. It's just like the execution, especially with the aliens and shit like that. Like the aliens looked retarded, and then like some of the action scenes, like it was nitpicking with it because it was just like, it wasn't like satisfying with that.
yeah. Just the CG and the ships and
Yeah.
stuff. It was like,
And again, like I'm thinking
all
Ring
right.
Commander. I remember playing Ring Commander, and it's a lot of dogfights. It's a dogfight kind of game with story. It has a storyline and everything like that. It kind of has like RPG elements in that way, but it's all about dogfighting and shit. And you did not see There was not much.
There was
They
two
flew
fights.
shit, but that was about it.
There was like one scene where they
Yeah.
had a big dog fight, and that was it.
And that
And
kind of bothers me because he's saying he's such a good pilot and this and that. I want to see you actually fly a ship.
well, but they used him to do the impossible jumps and stuff.
Yeah.
So, like he didn't go to waste.
Yeah.
He didn't go to waste.
That was my own
But
thing. Like, I would have liked more dogfights in this game movie of what it was.
hmm.
Other than that, like, it did feel long at times, but then again, that's because the drama and it was more of talking. It was more building the story and stuff like that. So I understand that point, but yeah, I felt like maybe 20 minutes of this movie could have been shaved off in a way because I felt like they explained certain things enough that they didn't have to keep going. Like, it was like beating it with a dead stick kind of shit.
Well, I think the only part you could have cut was, like I said, if they did that scene where they boarded to get the batteries different,
Yeah.
because it's just they just look so bad.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious.
But they did spawn sequels. Like, the movie actually has sequels to it. It's fucking censors.
But they did not come out in theaters, so they don't count.
Yeah, so we don't get to
So
watch them.
you're not gonna watch those.
I'm a little sad because there's one with Mark Hamill, so there's a chance that it could be a good movie.
Well, you could always make an exception.
Yeah. But yeah, there was a television series
Really?
on USA,
Down?
Wing
Oh.
Commander Academy,
How did you not be on the Sci-Fi Channel? Come on.
1996.
Sci-Fi was back in '96, right?
Yeah, sci-fi was out for a long time.
So how could you not be in the Sci-Fi Channel?
Yeah.
Damn you.
Let's
Missed that
see.
opportunity.
Novels, TV series, films. So films. It only counts one as a film. The rest are just the game.
Okay.
The
All
game
right.
spawned a bunch of sequels. So the games have 4 parts. I think the game itself is the one with Mark Hamill, and he's actually an actor in it.
Okay. So that's
So it's not a movie.
We'll have
So
to
it's
watch
not a
it.
movie. There's only one movie. Okay.
Okay, that's good.
So one movie, TV series, and TV series.
So now we have to watch Tomb Raider. You said
Tomb Raider is next.
not a Uwe Boll movie,
No.
right?
Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. Is Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, and then Resident Evil. Those are the next 2 movies are our verdicts.
Yes.
I didn't mind the first Resident Evil.
I thought it was okay,
Yeah.
but we'll see when I pay attention to it 100% now.
Yeah.
Because it's not just, yeah, sometimes you just see some shit. I still remember the part where Michelle Rodriguez's character was in that tunnel in the sewer full of zombies, and like she fell.
I laughed.
And they thought and they did it back then. That started the trope with her character.
Yeah.
Of you thought she died, and then she just turns up somewhere else.
So our next one is Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. Then Resident Evil. Then Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life. And then we're topping off probably to be the end of the month, House of the Dead.
There's nothing between these two Tomb Raider movies. Wow.
Yeah. So
Were they like a year after each other?
Resident Evil. Yeah, Resident Evil is between Lara Croft 1 and 2.
Okay.
And they split it 2 years. So Lara Croft Tomb Raider is 2001, and then the second one was 2003.
Okay, gotcha.
And then we're gonna get a lot of shitload of Resident Evil movies.
Ooh, that was not good.
Yeah. So next is Lara Croft Tomb
They're
Raider.
not all bad, but they're not good. They're not.
Yeah. I think this movie is probably the highest grossing.
Which movie?
Tomb Raider. Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
Of what?
Of all the video game movies.
No, can't be.
Actually,
Didn't Sonic
no.
beat that?
It wasn't. What? How's Sonic do?
Yeah, didn't Sonic beat that?
Well, Sonic had a weird fucking situation when it came out.
But did it actually beat that? Because it can't be. Tomb
Yeah,
Raider.
it did. Yeah, it was not Tomb Raider. Sonic beat 306 million worldwide. Detective Pikachu, I think, is the highest grossing.
Oh, so yeah, even before that.
It's
I mean,
433. Yeah,
yeah, so it can't be.
it's up there though. It's one of them. I was just looking at the numbers.
The power of just having Angelina Jolie in a movie, huh?
Yeah,
How about that?
yeah. What was the least grossing movie of all these?
Probably Mortal Kombat Annihilate. No, it has to be one of the Uwe Boll movies. It has to be one of the ones maybe one of the ones I said.
Postal.
That was the first one. Let's see, Postal.
Yo, Postal didn't even go to 1 million.
Oh, jeez.
No, Dead Trigger. Dead Trigger is the lowest
Excuse me.
one.
What is that?
Dead Trigger is with Dolph Lundgren. It made $92,000.
What game is that?
It's a Japanese game, but it had its American movie.
What?
Well, Dead Trigger. I don't know what kind of game is that, but I know Dolph Lundgren's in it.
Okay. Well,
That's one of the later movies.
and it's a Uwe Boll movie?
Nah, it's a phone game actually.
Okay. That makes it even funny.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren's in it.
Damn, didn't no, you can't count them because it's well, I guess you have to count the entire video game spectrum. Isn't there a movie about the phone game?
Well,
The
Angry
pigs?
Birds.
Yeah.
They have
Didn't
a
that
movie.
do,
Yeah.
like did that make a lot of money?
Yeah, but the highest grossing video game movie. Actually, I think Sonic. The list I have is not updated. I think Sonic hit about 500 million, but again, the situation kind of fucked everything up as well.
What happened to Sonic?
Well, Sonic came out during the freaking when everyone had to go quarantine.
Sonic was out for a while.
It was out in the middle of February, and people stopped. They started closing movie theaters in the beginning of March.
But it had already made mad money in the opening
It had 2
weekend,
weeks
right?
to make money.
Oh, really? That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So Sonic came
That's
out like on
hilarious.
a bad time, but it did well.
Mm-hmm.
They're spawning a trilogy for it, so at least you get that. And it teased a lot of shit, so we probably get that down the road.
Okay. Well, hey, I mean, listen, he's got. You could just tease one character for every movie, and you got another movie.
That is true.
That's basically what his games are like. Hey,
Yep.
one of the character, boom. All right.
As long as we don't get Big the Cat, I'm good.
Well, you have to get Big the Cat. If you get Amy Rose in a movie, you're gonna have to get.
I
Big
don't
the
want
Cat.
Amy Rose either.
I don't want her either, but listen,
Just
girls
want-
want Amy Rose in the movie. So
Just want Knuckles and Tails. That's it.
they're gonna get Amy Rose. If Shadow's in a movie, it's a wrap.
I don't even want Shadow in it.
It's not about what you want no more. There's people there's dark forces at control here.
Can't we just have the basic Sonic? Just classic
No,
Sonic?
they want everything.
I
They
want
it all.
everything that's not a venture. I want
They
everything
they
before
want
venture.
all their OCs to be in the movie.
I'll see Metal Sonic before we see Shadow.
I mean, he should be in the second movie, right?
Yeah, you think? It's gonna be fun. I can't wait to get to that. Movie.
People don't remember that Metal Sonic is in the first game. It just looks really funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's actually just like chunky Sonic.
yeah.
It's a chunky robot. Oh shit! Everybody likes the one from 2, the cool looking one, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? He should be a retro character that comes back.
Yeah.
Chunky Robo Sonic.
Yeah.
I'll take.
Maybe he'd be like the Mark One.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's almost the same color scheme. Yeah,
Yeah. He'd be like Mark One, and then they make the updated version.
Oh, the cool one was in 3. My bad.
Yeah. Last but not least, so we did our episode 2.
We didn't grade the movie. We gotta give a grade.
Oh,
for it.
credit rate
What
rate
do you-
movie.
Stars. What we doing?
I'll do out of 5.
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
I enjoyed what I watched. I didn't look away, so it was okay.
I'll give it 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like. I liked it and didn't like it, but it wasn't Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Thank God.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So where's this leaves? Where this ranks up right now?
It's at the bottom
Yeah.
for everything that's not Annihilation.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Annihilation is like underneath it, and then everything else is over it.
Yeah, everything else is up there.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat's still the top. So.
Yep. Mortal Kombat. I actually have a feeling that it's gonna take a while for that one to leave the top.
I mean, I might be surprised. I never know.
Yeah.
Uwe Boll might tempt me. I might just see Bloodbrain again, and it might be a masterpiece. I never
Yeah.
know.
Let's see. We'll see. We did the Gamer Rage podcast, episode 2. I kind of want to get you to say, because we were talking about our top 5 NES games.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you remember your NES time? Or
Yeah, because I had a NES for a long ass time, even after it was gone.
Yeah.
Because I kind of ended up getting it. I messed myself up by getting impressed by my neighbors having the Sega Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Because I never seen it before, so I wanted one. So I got a Nintendo first when I could have got a Genesis first.
Yeah.
And then I got a Genesis when I could have got a Super Nintendo.
Okay.
But I would have missed out on an NES. So I had a Nintendo like late in the lifespan. Super Nintendo was already out and stuff.
Okay. So what are your top 5 NES games?
In Nintendo games?
Yeah.
Number 5 for most fun, Yoshi's Cookie.
Okay.
Nobody ever plays that game because it was like, we stopped playing Nintendo because again it was really, really late.
Mm-hmm.
But if you actually sit there and play it, and the music was actually pretty good.
I played it. It's on
right.
the Switch right now. Like if you have
That's interesting.
the online stuff on the Switch, it's a free one of the free games.
That's interesting. Okay.
It's fun.
Number 4 would be Dr. Mario.
Okay.
Another puzzle game. I never had Tetris on Nintendo. I only had it on Game Boy. So these 2 were the only puzzle games I played.
Okay.
Number 3, and see, this is where things take a turn because I had a Game Genie, so I wasn't exactly playing. I wasn't exactly playing every game fair.
Mm-hmm.
Like at some point, I just beat all the games I had because I had an interesting situation we talk about. A friend of mine, I guess he was either moving or got in trouble. I think he was moving, and for some reason, he had to give up all his Nintendo games. Don't ask me why. That's the only reason I got. So he ended up giving me like 20 Nintendo games.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff I never heard of. Renegade, like, damn, what was another one? He didn't give me Kickmaster. I got that for my birthday. You ever heard of Kickmaster?
Yes.
It was all right. It was all right. So I had, long story short, I had a lot of Nintendo games that I got to beat only with Game Genie.
Okay.
So a lot of the games I liked them more than most people because they weren't hard.
Okay.
So number 3, yeah, 3 would be Mario 2.
Okay.
I really like the music in that game, and it's really fun. Number 2 would be Shatterhand.
That was a good one.
Actually, like a little, kind of like an action. Yeah. You know what? 2 has to be tied. It has to be Shatterhand and Double Dragon 3.
Okay.
Because I played that game co-op with like a family member of mine. I had mad fun because she was just saying random stuff, and I told the story like it made me pee on myself because I laughed so hard I had to go to the bathroom. She kept doing it on purpose. Like she kept saying that these bald-headed guys were bald billies, but she had an accent, and her accent was killing me, dude. So it was just like, yo, I can't handle this.
Yeah.
That was fun. But that game was good. I love playing as a ninja and the fat man, the fat Chinese man with the claw. Double Dragon is cool. And Shatterhand I said was really cool. I still like the system. It's funny whenever I see somebody play it retroactively, they always play it wrong.
Yeah.
The funny thing about that game is that it's made from an old Super Sentai game.
Yeah, it is.
And when there's a gimmick to the game that nobody gets is that when you make the little symbols for the helpers,
yeah,
that you're not supposed to just do random ones every time you get it. You do the same one twice. If you do the same one you just did twice, you become the Super Sentai guy.
Yeah.
Like the bodysuit and the armor and stuff. You look kind of like the Guyver because they changed it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And it's like you do like these punches. It's a cool fucking game, dude.
Yeah, I
And the
play it.
music is really good.
I remember
That's
renting it.
Yeah, that was one of the original games. I got that as a birthday gift.
Cool.
That was a random one. Just what is this?
Yeah.
It has the most generic Nintendo box art ever.
Yes, it does.
Yes. And favorite is Super Mario Bros. 3.
Yeah.
It's just really good. I love that game. The music, the powers they gave Mario. What the P-Wing, son?
Yeah.
P-Wing and Hammer Suit all day. Yeah. I love Giant World. I like Cloud World.
Yeah.
I know everybody hates that stage. I love all the cool secrets in it, the whistles and all that stuff. Like that's a really cool game.
Yeah.
Those whistles are from Zelda, man. That's cool.
Yeah, I think that was consistent. That was the one game that we all have in common. Number one was Super Mario 3.
I see that.
But yeah, you can
Do
listen
you have
to
a worst game? I have one.
Spy versus Spy.
I love that game.
I hated the game.
Yo, I wish I had somebody to play it with because I figured out
You
how
know,
to be an asshole.
you know what? No, let me cut that. I hated WrestleMania.
That was pretty bad.
I didn't like that game.
That was pretty bad. Wasn't there an Ultimate Muscle game that was better than that?
Yes.
I think there was. Like
Yes,
I
there
remember
was.
playing it. I was like, oh, this is actually fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, WrestleMania sucked. My least favorite game, also got this for a birthday present, was Bugs Bunny's Birthday Blowout.
That was a bad game.
The AVGN made a video about that game, and deservedly so.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's an LJN game too.
That's always a fucking LG.
Yeah, it's real bad.
Yeah. So yeah, we have a preview. Game of Rage podcast episode 2 will be sometime later this month. We did our challenges and all that stuff, so it'll be interesting to listen to. Definitely check it out. I gotta play Paperboy. Where am I gonna get Paperboy? I don't know, but I gotta play it.
That should be on the eShop, right?
Yeah, it probably is. Also, we have a new the Morphin Cast. We did the Shinju Sentai Gigamon, which is Lost Galaxy. So that stay tuned to that as well. Also, plus the Shell Shock for movie 3 and our shoot the shit of all 3 movies. So there's a lot of stuff to looking forward to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right,
Make sure you stay tuned.
Wrap it up.
Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of the It Gets Better by Swear podcast. Make sure you check us out anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc. That's Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, and SoundCloud, where you can catch the Wrestling Babble podcast. Also on the YouTube, you can catch my playthroughs of Monster Hunter Random. Just the concept of it is because of the way the game works is just playing a game with random strangers introduces a different element.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're playing with a team. So it's like you get a different fight every time. So that's what it is.
Cool.
So it's randoms with randoms. In Monster Hunter World Iceborne. I'll probably maybe I'll do a playthrough of Streets of Rage 4.
Nice.
Maybe on a normal. I'll try to beat it. I could beat that game without continuing. That's not hard. I need to do the achievement to beat it by myself on hard, but I want to do it with co-op because I can't do that shit. Because they only give you one life to start with, and you have to earn.
And it's arcade mode too.
And yeah, if you die, it's over. And it's been fun trying to find people to get there. Like I got to the last stage with somebody.
Yeah.
Last stage, and there's this one room. It's like a fucking kill room. Like it's fun. So maybe we should try it out again, Mark.
Maybe. Definitely.
So where you at, Mark?
You can find me on all social medias: Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, SoundCloud, and Twitch TV. All Mark with the Mic. You can find our Facebook pages, the Red Cyclone Inc. and the Wrestling Babble pages. We're very active on there, and that's about it.
All right. Thank you for listening, and make sure you follow the Jinkies.
Yes, with a sandwich and a mask and some gloves.
Yes.
And happy Mother's Day to all the mommies.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to Jinkies lady. Don't see, he still can't have sandwiches though.
Oh.
So
No
now,
bread.
now we're gonna put, now we're just gonna put his wife in the spot. Say slap that sandwich out his mouth.
Slap him with, hit him with a rat from behind. There you
go. Yes. Yeah, happy Mother's Day, everyone, and peace out. Laters.
Peace.